Hi, everyone. I'm Meredith Adler. I'm the Executive Director of Student Energy. We're a global charity that's creating the next generation of energy leaders. And I think that the issue of public confidence and public trust is very interesting from a youth engagement perspective, in that I will argue that youth engagement is really the best bang for your buck if you really care about public confidence and public trust in the long run. There's a lot, and there's a couple reasons why, but one actually comes from the marketing industry, from big brands. Lots of people in marketing know that if you engage people when they're young, when they're in this 18 to 25 cohort, it really influences how they think for the rest of their life. And there's many superficial examples of this. Likely if you buy Gap jeans when you're 20, you will buy them for the rest of your life. But I think it's something that's really important to think about in the name of public trust, is that very few people are actually trusting young people with information about energy. They assume that carbon taxes are too complicated, that pipeline decisions are too complicated, and when you don't trust young people with information, I don't see how you can then expect them to turn around and become voting adults that trust you in their future. And I think this is actually something that's really interesting in the context of student energy stories. Monica had asked me to give a couple examples of what youth engagement looks like. And I think for us, youth engagement runs on a youth empowerment model. So as much as I just said something kind of negative, we're actually a very solutions-focused group. And what we do in the world is that we have the International Student Energy Summit. It's the largest summit in the world for students on energy, and unites 700 students from over 100 countries. And it's all run by a group of 20-year-olds that we coach into doing this. And then we also run our energy literacy platform. It's the largest platform in the world for this as well. It has over 2 million users that are all in there learning about how the energy system works. And then also, we run a chapters program. So we work at the university and community level, empowering students to take action on energy. And why this is really important is that when you're engaging young people and giving them the option to lead, an option to have mentors and to use mentors effectively, what you're also doing is giving them the ability to become great critical thinkers who know how to get things done in the world. And they are no longer people who see energy issues or any other issue as black and white. Like if you've tried to raise money for a solar panel to go up in your university, you all of a sudden understand how complex it is trying to navigate that small microcosm of a bureaucracy, but that's also an experience that you carry with you for the rest of your life. And so what we're seeing from youth engagement is even our own leadership. Student energy started in 2009 when students at the U of C who were working in the oil industry didn't feel like they had a place they could talk about sustainability, so they just ran their own conference. And those people have gone on to be energy entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs across the board. They're in oil and gas, they're in renewables, they're at the UN. They're doing tons of things and they're making waves on this. And I think right now, what we actually have in Canada is we have a very cohesive vision for the energy future in the 18 to 35-year-old contingent. We did some work with Generation Energy around collecting, we did the Youth Voices report. We had students from every single province and territory hosting their own youth engagement pieces. And they collectively wrote a vision for Canada's energy future in 6 weeks. And so for all of you who work in energy, I would like to challenge you to get your own industry to write an energy vision in 6 weeks. And it's not to say it's the most technical piece of information out there, but what it is to say is that there is a really cohesive vision of people who believe that the energy transition can happen and can happen in a way that is inclusive, that really speaks to all of the different aspects of Canada and all the different realities of Canada, and that keeps Canada's economy at the forefront of the global economy as well. And so I think that there's a lot that we can learn from leveraging and empowering people to work with us, and with us I mean with older, more established generations, to deliver on that vision rather than keeping them out of the conversation until they have money or voting power.